All right, number 3 on page 48. The rectangles below are similar. So you have C and D, and A says, what is the value of x? Since x is over here, we want to try to go from this shape to that shape to see what we have to do and do the same thing over here. So how do you get from 4 to 8? You multiply by 2, so 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2, so x must be 2. Okay, I have my answer and we're ready to move on to B. B says, what is the scale factor from rectangle C to rectangle D? Alright, well we went from D to C and we did 4 times 2 is 8, so the scale factor from D to C is 2, but they want from C to D. So if the scale factor this way is 2, we learned in class that when you go the other way we have to take the reciprocal or the inverse. What's the reciprocal or inverse of 2? 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1. We just never write the over 1. So if we have to take the reciprocal of that, or the inverse, we just simply have to flip it. So the reciprocal would be 1/2. The inverse is 1/2. So what that means is the scale factor from C to D, is 1/2. Because you take half of this to get that, and half of this to get that. So our answer for B, the scale factor from C to D, is 1/2. Alright, so I have my answer here. It's not a big deal to leave your work. So now we're going to move on to C. C says find the area of each rectangle. We'll do the easy one first since both numbers are there. Area is length times width, so 4 times 1 is 4. Alright, so we have our answer here, and now we're going to do the area of rectangle C. Alright, again, we'll do the easy way first. Well, it's always good to go over both ways to keep it fresh in your mind. Since we know x is 2, we can simply do 2 times 8 to get the area, which is 16. The other way we want to use, again, I want you to get in the habit of using this for the more difficult problems. The original area times the scale factor squared will also give you the area of the image or the new figure, which is rectangle C. Alright, in our case, since we used D as the original to get over to C, our original area was 4. The scale factor going to C was 2. So 4 times 2 squared would give us our answer, and I'll show you over here what it looks like. We used this as the original, 4, and the scale factor from here to here was 2, because this is the one we're trying to find out. So 2 squared is the same thing as 4, so 4 times 4 is 16. So the area of rectangle C is 16. Again, we showed you both ways. Alright, D is saying, what is the relationship of the area of rectangle C to the area of rectangle D? Alright, so as B asked us up here, it said, what is the scale factor from C to D? And we said the scale factor from C to D is 1/2. And when you square the scale factor, 1/2 squared is 1/4. So 4 of these will basically fit in this. So you could say C is 4 times the size of D, or D is 1/4 the size of C. But the way they're asking is, what is the relationship of the area of rectangle C to the area of rectangle D? So you would say rectangle C is 4 times the area of rectangle D. So we have our answer, and we are done number 3.